What's up, guys? So if you missed the last video, we installed a 6.5-inch Camberg mid-travel kit on our 04 Sierra, and dude, it turned out absolutely killer. I am really enjoying it so far, and we're out here having a blast doing exactly what we intended to do with this build, which is burn down back roads, hit fields, just pre-runner stuff out here in the sticks. So now that we got the front suspension dialed in, we're jumping straight into the next major mod for this truck, and it ain't hard to spot what this thing needs: wheels and tires. So I have a vision in my mind of the exact setup that I want to run on this truck, but we're also really outside of budget already on a very non-expensive truck. We're like $4,000 deep in suspension just on the front of this thing so far. So yeah, I'm gonna go searching for hopefully the best deals that I can possibly get, and I'll catch up with y'all once we start finding some pieces of that. Hint, hint. Hopefully, if I get the right setup, we're gonna be able to mount these tires on the wheels ourselves. Wheels have officially been ordered. They should be here in the next 3 to 5 days, and dude, they are straight up nasty. Now, this being our first pre-runner build, I've never ran this style wheel before, so I'm very excited to experience that. Now, today we're actually going to be picking up our tires. I looked on Marketplace for like 24 hours straight trying to find an amazing deal, which there's not really a ton out there right now, but we are going to be picking these tires up for cheaper than I could online, so I guess we'll take that as a win. Now, before we go meet the guy, as you might can hear, the frogs are very stoked, and that's because we got an absolute crap ton of rain last night. So we're gonna go hit the old dirt road that's got a bridge on it, because I'm thinking we're gonna have the first flood of the year. Oh, we got something squeaking in the back. We've had it doing that since we bought the truck. Dang, that boy's flying up there. Let's get him. He said stock GMT 800 suspension, match your Camberg. Let's see it. Oh, wash out, wash out. Oh gosh. Dang, it ain't over the bridge. It's up to the bridge, and we have caught Mr. GMT 800. Yeah, it's up, but it's been like so far backed up here that all this would be underwater previously. Dang it. I was really hoping that this thing was gonna be over the bridge. I ain't gonna lie, it'd be kind of a fitting end if this bridge collapsed and took old No Name away. I'm thinking Casper. Do we call it Casper? I don't know. Maybe that's stupid, but we got to come up with a name for this thing. And for whatever reason, I guess maybe just because it's white, Casper is coming to mind. But y'all drop name comments down below if you got any good ideas. Clearly, we have gotten a ton of water. It was way down, like all the way down. And then we got a crap ton last night. So right up to the bottom. We got some more rain coming this week. So maybe when we get our wheels and tires in, it'll actually have rained enough for it to come over the top, because this is gonna be sick, mopping this thing across the bridge with it flooded. Tires have officially been acquired. Just met Carter. Might be the new tire plug. I don't know. But dude, here they are. X-Comps. Now I know what you're thinking. What are you doing? This is supposed to be a freaking pre-runner build. Why are you getting X-Comps? Y'all just pump the brakes, take a moment and chill. They're gonna be perfect on this thing. They're gonna look absolutely disgusting, and they're gonna fit. Like, they're gonna do everything we could ever need. I know this is kind of more of a rock crawler vibe, you know, potentially paired with Bead-Locks. More rock crawler vibe, but they're gonna be disgusting. So just bear with me, y'all. But we officially got tires. So I gotta leave the truck unattended for a little while. I've got her stashed away, but I'm gonna put one in here so it's not as obvious that I got brand new tires sitting in the back. But look what I found when I flipped the seat up. DVD remote. Are we kidding? We found it in the Dodge. Now we found it in this truck. That's freaking sick. Well, I don't know about where y'all live, but here in Alabama, there ain't no Cane's. And this one just opened. It's like Lauren's favorite fast food restaurant. She already ran inside to get in the line because it's insane. I mean, look at the traffic. That's all for the freaking drive-through. Holy crap. This joint better be good. It's cold as crap. The wind's blowing 35 miles an hour, and I just drove 8 hours home from Universal. But we got wheels, we got tires, and we are transforming this truck today. Now, I'm sure some of y'all were doubting me, thinking I was going to get some beadlock reps or something. But you'd be wrong, because your boy pulled through. We got proper beadlocks from KMC, so let's go ahead and unbox them, check them out, see what model we went with. So for starters, we got a big instruction guide on how to properly mount our tires with these beadlock wheels. We got 3 different hole sizes to put our hardware in to determine what is our specs for the bolts in our beadlocks. I'm so freaking fired up. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh. All right, our ring is already on there, held on with 4 bolts. Dude, holy freaking crap. So these are the KMC grenade crawls. 17 by 8.5 in the, I think this is the raw finish. I think that's what it is. Oh my gosh. Dude, these things are gonna look so freaking nasty. So not all beadlocks actually come with center caps, but these obviously do, which I think is gonna be the best look, but I know some people do prefer the no center cap look. Look at that beadlock, it's got the nasty little indent engraved, off-road use only, KMC 6061 T-6. So like I said, KMC crawl or grenade crawls. These are the KM 235s. Dude, they're straight up freaking disgusting. These are gonna pair so good with the Gladiators on this truck. I'm fired up. All right, well, for starters, we need to test fit them because we need to make sure they actually fit on the truck. Funny story, I bought different wheels. They didn't fit on the truck. We'll talk about that later. Hopefully these do actually fit on the truck. Hoping and praying, please, for the love of everything, let these actually fit. Moment of truth. Well, they bolt on. They clear our brakes, our spindle, our tie rod. Tires should have clearance. They're gonna be a little poked on the front. These are 0mm offset. The back should be totally flush. I think we're golden, boys. So now it's just time to go ahead and prep the wheel, get our ring off, and slam our tire on there. Well, unfortunately, we have been met with yet another delay because I didn't know that Gladiator tires have such a thick bead that you actually have to run a beadlock spacer between the wheel and the beadlock itself. So unfortunately, I was about to show y'all mount in the next one, but I can't because we can't fully complete the job until we get the spacers in. Just my freaking luck. It has been 6 days since we put the gravel down. We just got back from our trip, and the grass is growing like crazy through it where we didn't put the dirt down. But I got a little something for it, so I'm gonna go ahead and spray all this crap down, and I guess I'll give y'all an update in a day or two when hopefully this is all dead. Now to start this installation, we need to put our valve stems in. These wheels have 2, so just take your valve stem, get your tool, which I'll have a link to all this stuff in the description. Just thread it on there. And we're going to work it up in place. Just like that. She is good to go. Same deal. Just pull up, twist it, and she's in there. Now we'll just take this off, put our caps back on, and we can go ahead and get our tire on. I'm gonna get that inside bead nice and lubricated. And then we're gonna slam this guy on the wheel, which we've got sitting on a bucket, which may or may not survive. This is actually the bottom portion of my old shop vac that died. Now that part's easy. Now grab you a rag, get all this slime off the top bead and the tire before you start putting it on. Now we wanna line up our yellow dot with our valve stem because this is apparently the heaviest part of the tire. And so, of course, we've got it stuck on the back side of the wheel. Gotta rotate it to line it up. Pretty much. Come on. Just like that. All right. Now for the not fun part, and it definitely ain't pretty. You got to get this bead all the way around the tire. And I don't know if it's just inexperience or bigger tires are easier, but these pretty much suck to do so. So I'm going to be using these 3 tools, flatheads, and then a plastic pry. I've just found the best luck with that, as well as using my body weight. So you see it sitting down on there. You've got to hold weight on it or it'll freaking pry itself back up and lose the bead on the backside where you've already done. So just start going around this thing, move your weight up with it. Think we got her. We don't, it's coming loose. Damn it. Glove taps. So here is our spacers. These are the 3/16. They also make a 1/4 inch, but I didn't find anywhere that was available, and I think the 1/4 inch would be too big. I actually got these from FXX Performance Method. KMC actually does not have any in stock right now, but they do, so I'll have a link to them in the description. Thank goodness they did, and this video isn't getting delayed any longer. So basically they're just gonna fit in just like that. These tires having a very thick sidewall, or bead, I should say. There's going to be a visible gap between your lock ring and the wheel if you don't have these, which is not what you want. You want it to make contact. So you just line those up and then put your lock ring over the top. Let's get these guys lined up all the way around. Looks good. Now we're going to put KMC in row with the KMC logo on the center cap. Same as with the valve stems. And then I'm just gonna line this baby up. Get it started. Same deal here. There's 24 of these bad boys, so this part definitely takes a while. And truthfully, what I just filmed putting this one tire on, it went easier than any of the other ones, which I've still got one left, but this one was in the sun for the longest. So definitely recommend heating it up and then putting the side that's hottest towards the sun, like the hottest outside tire. That needs to be your top one. And I don't think Gladiators are directional or have different side lugs, so I think you can put them on anyway. Now we're gonna go ahead and start zipping these guys down, and you'll see it pull that tire down into the wheel, and you'll also probably see all of these that we're not touching loosen as we tighten each one. It's weird, but it does that. Now we'll just snug them up since that impact makes them all come loose. Now we're going to take our torque wrench, torque them down to 32 foot-pounds per our size bolt requirements. If yours has smaller bolts, it will be a less foot-pound. All right, sheet is properly torqued down. We'll obviously have to go back multiple times throughout driving. Every week we drive the truck or something, go back and make sure these things are tight. But they're on there. Now all we gotta do is go put the air to it and pop that backside bead on. Well, we've officially got all 4 wheels and tires mounted, aired up, and on the truck, and it looks freaking sick. But we have to address one more thing before we run the B-roll and go have some fun in this thing, that being major clearance issues for sure. Now, I've got a good idea of what I want to do with the front bumper that's going to give it that whole pre-runner, street runner kind of vibe, but we don't have time to do that today. It's probably going to be a full dedicated video because we're really going to have to like map out our course with the cutting on that. But for the time being, that guy's got to come off, and then more than likely, I'm going to have to do something with the back. So I'm going to figure all that out. I'll, of course, fill y'all in once I do figure it all out after the fact. But yeah, I'm going to get to cutting, hammering, whatever I got to do, and then we'll run the B-roll, see how this freaking beast looks. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and start here, and then in a minute I'll pull it out on some flat ground because it looks sick flexed out right now. So what do y'all think, man? KMC grenade crawl 17 by 8.5 0mm offset with the 35 1250 17 Gladiator X comps. It being a mid travel, not full long travel, I wanted a super aggressive tire because I wanted to kind of compensate for it not being a super aggressive suspension, you know, middle tier. So I think it worked out good. Might not be for everyone, but I personally think it looks sick. And we were able to tuck in everything enough to, I think, fully clear without any rubbing. So I'll insert the pictures or video here of what I ended up doing on the back side. We took the grinder and the hammer to it and got it beat back, and then we ended up zip tying it back to the frame. So it's pulled quite a bit back and clears perfectly fine back there. Did a rough cut here. I haven't even cleaned it up. I need to do that. But the front is fine, and thankfully with our 0mm offset, the tires tuck in beautifully. So you see our clearance when flexing. Now, as far as taking a big bump, will they hit our bedsides? Passively. I'm not quite sure yet, haven't done that, but we definitely do need to address the rear. That's going to be the following video. She needs some help because it is It's still freaking rough, of course. 2004 factory suspension on this thing, on the rear at least. It's pretty rough, but I'm tickled with it, dude. I was really worried we weren't gonna be able to make it clear, but as you see, it's gonna slide right in there, no issues. Up front is fine. I also thought we were gonna have to remove our windshield washer bottle, but I think it's out of the way enough. Quite a bit of flex on the factory two-wheel drive suspension. No mods to the leaf springs or anything, and you see our absolutely freaking tiny shocks, which are rusting out. I was gonna cut the muffler off by the side. That would be a little bit too redneck for this video. We need to go get the full exhaust done. But I'm digging it. It looks sick. The tires look huge. The wheels are awesome. Bead-Locks, they've been on for probably a week. It's been such a delay filming this entire video, but they haven't leaked any air, which is awesome. And now that I've got all four mounted, I actually got the rhythm of it and could probably do it pretty easy by myself. Definitely wasn't easy, but you know, once you do it a couple of times, you'll get it down pat. Heck yeah, dude, it looks freaking nasty. All right, let me pull it somewhere flat. I'll show it to you there, and then we're gonna go hoon this thing, which you probably already saw, but I haven't done yet. But I'm looking forward to. Well, I don't know if y'all could hear in that clip, but when we went down, so we had the full weight of the truck on this side, plus turning really sharp, we did rub the liner right there. So we might have to give her a couple more love taps from the hammer to get to fully clear. But that would be, you know, kind of a rare occasion for that. But we want to clear it as much as possible so we don't mess the truck or the tires up. Ground's not perfectly flat here, but that's about how she sits. Got a little lean to her, of course, being a pre-runner, or like the California boys call this kind of truck a street runner. We're going to call it the freaking farm runner, because what the heck is that? Looks like a carcass. You know, it's going to be the farm truck, dirt road, street, a little bit of everything. Just awesome little fun truck to go out. And once we get those limit straps welded on, we're gonna do a little jumpy jump with her. Of course, we gotta definitely address the rear. That's probably gonna be next video. I've got a ton of things to do in this truck, and I'm not in a hurry to get it done because I want to enjoy the process, just like all the trucks, which hopefully, you know, I know some people like that style, and some people want you to do every single mod in one video, which I get both sides. But personally, I like to just sit back and enjoy every bit of it. Let y'all see the poke. So obviously the front sticks out farther than the rear with the spindles, if my camera will focus. So you got the full lug out on the front and then just a little bit on the rear. You really want that. Once again, if we did full compression in the rear, would it get the bedside? Probably. We'll have to see. But as far as flexing goes, it tucks in perfectly. So I'm super tickled with that. I'll probably end the video getting this thing out on the street, just so y'all can see it perfectly flat ground and in a street environment, because it does kind of change the whole look of it. But I'm tickled, dude. I am stoked. This has been like a 3, maybe 4, this might have been a month-long endeavor to get this video from beginning to end because of delays and everything. But she's finally on there, looking right, and I'm tickled with it. So granted, I don't tear it up when we do this, running around the field stuff. You'll see it on the pavement in the next clip. Well, we just got back from our first drive, and I'm happy to report the truck drives really good with this setup on there. Now, of course, we didn't get it balanced, but being brand new tires and lining our dots up with our valve stems seem to have gotten the job done, because it runs right down the road, straight as an arrow, and it doesn't have any weird vibrations or anything like that. Even after mobbing through the field, which thankfully we did not kill the truck, didn't flip it, didn't do anything too crazy. First time, you know, having a little fun with it on the setup. So I'm tickled with it. I actually filmed some down at the gas station, but I figured we'd go ahead and end it here because it looks so freaking good sitting up on the gravel. So there is your full level look at her. Yeah, dude, it looks freaking tough. I really like it. Y'all drop a comment. Let me know what you think about it. I'm sure everyone's going to be behind the wheels. The tires are probably what's still up for debate. Also, a little side-by-side between Reginald, which Reggie is a 3.5-inch spindle lift, rough country, with 35s. obviously 24s. But then here, right now, Reggie's kind of getting dunked on, not gonna lie. The cool thing though is, of course, all these trucks are the same lug pattern. So we'll of course have to see how the bead locks look on all of them. I'm really excited to see them on hot sauce over there. I think they're gonna be absolutely sick on that truck. But that is not anything we're gonna rush into, because I'm really tired of swapping wheels and tires, because we've had a lot of those videos lately. But it's always fun to see the trucks on different setups, because it completely changes the entire character of them. But yeah, that's it, boys. I know this video is getting long enough, so we'll end off here. Drop a comment, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, ring that bell notification, and I will see y'all boys in the next video.